Hey people, it's Kelly of Print Pray Slay, and I have a kit that I'm going to be using today that came out, I believe it was last year or even honestly, maybe even the year before that. And so what I want to do is go back and work with some of the kits that I didn't have the pleasure of using from times past. And this is one of those kits. So, you know the saying, out of sight, out of mind. If you don't print it and you don't cut it, then you probably won't use it. I do have items in my shop. It's like a free catalog. I have free catalogs for each year so that you can print them out and see what you have purchased versus what you have used and what you plan on acquiring in the future. So this was on my list and I've been waiting. I think I cut this out honestly in like the summertime. But I've been waiting for cooler months, such as August, so that I can use it. So I'm very excited to use this kit. It's full of a lot of colors. It's watercolored, and it's about a feeling that I feel like a lot of people have around this time, as we are usually cooped up in the house in the fall and winter months. So it is called Rocking Worry, and it is about not being worried. This little casing that I have right here that I am getting my printables from. I had an earlier video of how I am now storing my printables in a way that I can have each kit kind of separated on its own. I did go and grab some of the clipboards. Those are super old from earlier Elements kit. So they're not in like a particular kit. Those are just elements that you can pop into any, spread that you want to use. So I grabbed purple and brown. I don't actually have a lot of kits that have purple and brown in it. And there are a few leaves in here that have purple. And of course, brown is like a token autumn color. So I was cool with grabbing those two clipboards. So per usual, I'm trying to put my elements around the page as best I can, leaving myself enough room to actually do my journaling. And I'm hoping I'm doing a good job at that. I do have a few snags along the way, but I am going to get into what this kit means and the message in it and the scripture and what it means to me. So in that little water canister that I have off to the left, I do actually put it right there. I maybe put it up a tad higher because I end up adding some acorns, those acorns to be exact. I end up adding those acorns to it, but not to take away from the design. I just add them to the bottom, but you'll see that in like a few minutes. So that little kettle, I guess I want to call it, says, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." All right. So that is Matthew 6:34. I actually have not gone into the New Testament in a while as I'm studying my Bible chronologically. But I love when I get to dip into it, when a kit warrants it or a sermon does as well. So Matthew being in the New Testament, I was like, yay. All right. So again, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. It really means to me that there is enough going on that will be happening for tomorrow, but tomorrow has its own set of things that we could be thinking about, but at that time. Like, do not waste time worrying about something that, one, to me, tomorrow means I have no control over it because tomorrow isn't even promised. So don't worry about what's going to happen in the future. It really is a release. It's a relief. It's a sense of freedom, to be honest. But that does require a lot of faith to like let go. All right. And that part can be really hard, especially for somebody like me. I think it's called an A-type personality. That's what I have, where I want to be in control of a lot of things. I like my space a certain way. I was actually told by my daughter I have OCD. I should show y'all my closet. It's basically color coordinated to a T. But like I like to feel like I have control over something, but I really don't. And if I was to be honest with myself, I tend to mess things up. I tend to mess things up a lot. So for me to have control over tomorrow would be a disaster. It would be a straight disaster. So it does give me this sense of freedom to feel like I can let tomorrow go because I can't do anything about the outcome of tomorrow as it stands within God's will. Now, there are things like in preparation, and I'm not going to say I can cut my brain off because I just can't. I think about almost everything. I have a list about everything. I journal about everything. So, but there's a difference between preparation and dwelling and thinking, and then there's worrying. Worrying kind of gives you a sense of a lack of faith. Like you no longer believe that God can do a certain thing. So it's like a step between believing that he can and accepting that his will may not permit that to happen in the first place. But making sure that you pray about it, let your desires be known, and then you have to let go. All right. So worry is kind of like it feels like a sickness. I feel sick when I'm worried, to be honest. Like, it's not a good feeling. The anxiety and all that other stuff is like, let that go because tomorrow has its own set of issues. Like, today is what you are in. Today is something that you have a little bit more hands on with. Let's deal with today's problem or today's issue or accept and appreciate today's joy. And then you can move on as time moves on, if time is permitted. Let's not forget about that part. The other quote above that says, that one is scripture, and this one is a quote. Don't worry, be happy. Definitely reminds me of the song. Very upbeat song. And it's a simple phrase, but it's something that we definitely can forget. That being happy sometimes is a choice, just like worrying is a choice. So that is kind of like the title. Although the kid is rocking worry, I have this as big bold letters because it's the title. I like the difference in fonts. I actually use 3 fonts in this kit. And I like how they all work well together. The other quote on the right side says, worry is like a rocking chair. It keeps you busy, but it doesn't get you anywhere. All right. If you mentally think about that, I haven't actually rocked in a rocking chair in a while. Last time was when I had COVID. I have a rocking chair in my bedroom. It's actually to the left of me right now. I had it from when my kids were very little, and I decided to keep it because it's very calming to just be in it and journal or to read. I mostly read in my rocking chair, but it's one of the ones that have like the ottoman, so you can put your feet up and all of that. It's just very comfortable. But I know I'm going nowhere. It's okay. So it's basically comparing worry to the rocking chair, saying that, it doesn't get you anywhere. At least with a rocking chair is fun. Worry is not fun at all. So worry is like a rocking chair. It keeps you busy, but it doesn't get you anywhere. So it's like no point in doing it. Aside from the fact that I was telling you before that we have this whole thing with believing God's will as Christians, and that does require a sense of faith. So saying that I have faith and exhibiting faith in a situation are different. All right, so let's look at this page so far. I decided to move my rocking chair up. This little leaf right here, actually not even little, this big leaf right here gave me so much. I did not know where to put this leaf. Everything else, I'm pretty cool with where it ended up. I did a little bit of layering with the clipboards and some of the elements. But this last little bit of layering that's going on right here, and she does not approve. I don't like it. It looks a hot mess. I mean, that's just me. It just looks a hot mess with the jar and the leaf and the acorn. Like, I don't know what she doing, but I do like the cluster on the side though. And I did kind of like the pine cone with the kettle, but I do like the acorn more just because of the contrast of the browns. And I kind of wanted that spot at the top to journal in. I like journaling where the eyes are just going all over the page. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on, which is why I moved worry up and the rocking chair up so I can have space above it, to the side of it, and below it. So it's almost like I can journal in a few different spots on that right page as well as on the left page. That's just, me and how I journal. I have had people ask, like, how do I make my pages look the way that they look? the process, you are seeing it in real time. This video isn't even sped up. I have been have been speeding up videos for a while, and this is the one that I decided. I was like, well, it's only 11 minutes. I'm gonna shoot this one in real time. So I'm hoping that you enjoyed this like real actual view in real time of 11 minutes of me trying to get this together. But I am going to use this page for my prayers this week. I haven't been in my journal in a while, to be honest. I kind of give it a break in the summertime, and I haven't gotten back into it. I've done a little bit of it, but like on the speed that I was doing before has not happened. So I'm hoping that this is my boost, that I get my little journaling mojo going. I've been really in my study Bible, so it's not, a super bad thing, but I do miss my faith journal. So finally, there's a spot for that leaf. I think that was the best spot. I don't know. You tell me. But that had to be the best spot. Or else the leaf was going to get the boot. It just was not going to make the spread. But this is how my spread turned out. I hope you guys like it. Please give me some comments on what you feel about worry. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to read the scripture. All right. Bye.